All right, let's talk about something that I'm willing to bet a lot of you have felt at some point. It's that feeling that you've just hit a wall. Your spiritual practice, whatever it is, just feels stuck. But here's the thing. What if that feeling isn't a problem? What if it's actually a really, really good sign? You know the drill. You sit down to meditate, you try to pray, you do the thing that used to give you this incredible sense of peace and connection, and now, crickets. It just feels dry, maybe even a little pointless or frustrating. Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. If that's you, then stick around because we're going to unpack this. So here's the wild part. This feeling of spiritual dryness, this sense that you can't connect the way you used to, it's not a sign you're failing. Not at all. In fact, according to some very deep spiritual wisdom, it might be the clearest possible sign that you're actually leveling up, that you're moving into a much deeper phase of your journey. Okay, so how can you know for sure if this is what's happening to you? Well, there are a couple of big clues to look out for. And the very first one is pretty simple. The stuff that used to work just doesn't anymore. A lot of us start our journey with something called discursive meditation. It's where you're really using your mind, You're actively thinking, using your imagination to picture things, using your reason to work through spiritual ideas. And for a while, man, it's incredible. It's so fulfilling. And this slide, this gets to the absolute heart of it. You see that contrast, right? Before, all that active mental work brought you so much satisfaction, a real sense of connection. But now, it's like that well has just completely run dry. The wisdom here says that's because you've already gotten everything you can from that method. It's not that you've failed, it's that you've graduated. All right, that's clue number one. Now for the second clue, which is all about what your mind starts wanting to do instead. So, not only does the old way feel totally flat, but you just have zero desire to even try it anymore. The thought of trying to conjure up specific images or analyze some complex idea feels like a chore. Your mind literally resists it. And listen, this isn't you being lazy. It's a fundamental shift in your entire inner compass. So what does it want to do? It just wants to be, to just rest, to sit in a quiet, peaceful, loving awareness of something bigger. It's not about thinking about a presence. It's about resting in it. No details, no definitions, just a general knowing calm. Now I get it, this can all sound a little abstract, a little out there. But luckily, there's this amazing analogy that makes it all click. And it all has to do with water. Think about it like this. In the beginning, you had to work hard to get your spiritual water. You had to go out and fetch it by thinking and reasoning and imagining. That was the labor. But now, it's like you've discovered an underground spring right inside you. The water is just there. All you have to do is be still and drink. The hard work of fetching it isn't just unnecessary, it would actually get in the way. So, when you put these two clues together, that old way dryness and this new pull toward just quiet knowing, you begin to see that something profound, a huge transition is taking place. So let's connect the dots here. 1, you can't practice the way you used to. 2, you don't even want to. And instead, you're just drawn to this simple, quiet state of being. So what is really going on? What's happening is a massive upgrade to your spiritual operating system. You're moving beyond the stage of actively thinking about the divine with your head, and you're entering a stage of quietly knowing it with your whole being. It's a direct connection that comes from the spirit itself. This is not a step back. I really want to land this point. It's a necessary purification, a required step forward. It's like you're leaving a familiar, well-lit room and stepping into a new one. That stuck feeling? That's just the moment of discomfort before your eyes adjust to a totally different kind of light. You're being invited into something so much deeper. And that brings us to this final thought. We always hear this stage called the dark night of the soul. And it sounds terrifying, right? Like a painful emptiness. But what if we've been thinking about it all wrong? What if it isn't an absence of light at all? What if it's the presence of a light so bright and so different from what we're used to that our senses just can't register it yet? What if feeling lost is actually the first step toward being found in a way you never thought possible?